Yeah, no, I mean, went on a Christmas vacation. It was fun. What you guys did too. So it was nice.
I saw the clip where I've been getting recommended your stream clips
Thanks,
where you got your dad into gaming.
I did get my dad into gaming. So when he visited Japan, I don't know how this happened. And my dad has expressed his interest in gaming a couple of times.
Yeah.
But you know when your dad's like, I want to get into something. And you're like...
Sure.
Come on, Dad. He's like, I want to get into meth. Well, Dad, it's Breaking Bad, okay?
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I obviously, if he's like, I want to get into something, and he's kind of asking me to help him because obviously he doesn't know how. Sometimes I'm like, I'm down to help, but are you down to learn?
Yeah.
That's because the gaming's, you can't. It's not like if you don't know anything about gaming, I feel like it's actually really difficult to get into.
Yeah. Well, it's because we've been pre-programmed with the language of gaming. You know?
Yeah, I think it's a lot of stuff doesn't make sense. A lot of stuff is inherently like not very friendly.
Yeah.
So I think there's a lot of easier ways to get into it. But when my dad was in Japan, he was in my living room. He's like, I want to get into gaming, and then he was like, I want to play this, and he picked up a PS5 controller in my living room.
Okay.
And he's like, I want to play it, and I was like, PS5's in my stream room, not here. He's like, oh, and I was like, but what is here? I had the Steam Deck dock hooked into my PC.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, you play Steam Deck, play whatever game you want. He's like, what game should I play? I was like, oh, I don't know. Okay, Balatro, easy. Poker.
Yeah.
You already know poker.
Yeah.
This should be like an easy thing. And it was, when he first started, it was really hard watching him play because none of it made sense and none of it was intuitive. So I'd be like, press the X button. He's like, the fucking X button? What the fuck are you talking about? And then the worst part is Steam Deck has like the controllers all mapped to like an Xbox controller or a Steam Deck.
Yeah.
So I handed him a PS5 controller. So I'm like, press X. And then he presses X. I'm like, no, that's X on Xbox. Circle. Circle. It's pretty much like the worst way to start learning it where, to my credit, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense when I explain it like that, So he's getting into it and, have you ever played Balatro, you guys?
No. I haven't, but I've seen lots of footage of it, yeah.
Okay. I mean, you got to play it. It's fucking amazing. But maybe you want to pick your hand and you want to make a flush, right? So he picks the flush and I'm like, all right, press X to lock it in. And then he presses I don't know, whatever it was, Y or B, and it like discards it. And I'm like, oh. Like, what do I do now? I'm like, you're boned. Fucked. I'm like, you have to restart.
Run it down again. Run it down again.
Oh my God. But eventually he was having fun, and when he left, he was like, I really, really want to get one. I want to get a Steam Deck. And I was like, okay. I was like, I think maybe you can get a PS5 or a Nintendo Switch, but he was like, no, I want to get a Steam Deck. I really like it. I like that you can pick it up and use it. I was like, it's like a Nintendo Switch.
Like a Switch,
But I was, I think, I don't know. I also don't think Nintendo Switch is as easy as everyone like to learn gaming with. I don't think it's. Right. I don't think there's any good way to learn gaming nowadays other than to like just throw your head at it. Yeah, so he wants to get a Switch, and I'm like, a Steam Deck, and I'm like, okay. He's like sending me links. He's like, should I get this one? Which one should I get? The OLED with the 12 gigabytes or the 1 terabyte version? Again, more stuff that doesn't make any fucking sense. Who doesn't understand gaming. I'm like, just get this one. Get the one with like the smallest size.
Yeah.
So he gets it, and then he messages me. He's like, hey, I don't know how to set this up. I was like, don't worry, I'm coming back in like 2 weeks. I'll come and set it all up for you.
Yeah.
So I get there, and I told him to buy Xbox controllers because they're quite big and they generally work with most things. And they're, I feel like, less annoying to use than PS5 controllers in terms of like cross compatibility.
Yeah.
So I get him these Xbox controllers, and I go to use them with the Steam Deck, and it's like just not connecting. What the fuck? Not connecting. I'm trying everything I can think of to get this Bluetooth to fucking connect to the Steam Deck. It's just not working at all. I'm like, what the fuck? I've tried every single thing I can think of. So I start Googling what's the problem? Has anyone else had this? Turns out you have to plug the Xbox controllers into a PC first and upgrade the firmware, and then you can connect them to the Steam Deck.
Modern consoles, eh?
Which, admittedly, you wouldn't have this problem with a Nintendo Switch or like any other console.
It ain't got no chance.
And there's no way my dad would have figured that out.
No chance.
So I finally got it working, and then I had to then add him to like my Steam family account.
Yeah.
Which, to be fair, is a pretty fucking awesome feature. I don't know if you know this. You can share your Steam library with family members or friends.
Right.
Yeah.
As long as their Steam account is in the same country as yours.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So mine was set to the UK, and I haven't changed it.
Yeah.
Hey,
So-
Netflix accounts.
Yeah.
Hey,
So-
Netflix could never.
I was like, there, you can have all my, and most games you can share.
Yeah.
There's like some new games you can't share, but most of them, they can just play all the games. So I was like, there you go, 500 Steam games. Choose anything you want to play, anything that picks your fancy. He's like, oh, I don't know what to play. Scrolling. And he clicks this one game. And it's just like an AI slop game that I'd installed for a video where I play every single game the company sent me. I was like, no, actually, no. You know what? I'll pick a game. I'll pick a game.
He probably has the worst
It's
Steam
genuinely
library.
terrible.
Because it's 90% like streamer games, and then
Yeah, it's awful.
It's meme games. Yeah.
yeah, meme games, streamer games, and then there's like the 10% of the games he would actually enjoy.
Yeah,
if that much.
yeah, it's like probably like 3% of the games he might like actually want to play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, I want to play Call of Duty. I'm like, I don't think Call of Duty is going to be fun on this, and that's also going to be so fucking hard to
Yeah.
to learn. Like learning how to move the camera while moving is
Yeah.
so unnatural if you don't game.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
So I was like, let's maybe try and find something with a bit more of an easier control scheme to kind of get you into this.
Yeah.
And I was looking, and I was thinking, okay, maybe, yeah, let's definitely get Baltro. Let's try Vampire Survivors. Like, let's download Vampire Survivors, see if he likes
Oh,
it.
that's a good choice. Yeah.
So I downloaded it, and I booted up, and he goes, this looks old.
I mean, I get it. Yeah.
I was like, Dad, it was released like last year, 2 years ago, 3 years ago.
It's an aesthetic, Dad.
Yeah,
It's an aesthetic.
Dad, I'm
It's
telling you.
retro's in right now.
Yeah.
I just realized I'm old because Vampire Survivors is probably like 4 years old or something.
Yeah,
I don't want to check how old it is, but I know it's older than I think it is.
I think it is like 4 years old now. Was it like post-COVID?
I think it's just during
the
COVID.
back end, I think.
Okay.
Can we
okay.
Google when did Vampire Survivors come out?
Oh god.
But I was like, you should try Vampire Survivors because my main thing was like, I need to find a good game with as simple of a control scheme as possible that has a
Yeah.
lot of replayability. Because,
Yeah.
2021.
yeah, okay.
So 4 years ago.
4 years.
Because I feel like for someone to get into gaming, they need to find a control scheme they like, replayability, and just a great game. Like it needs to be a game that they can keep playing over and over again to kind of get used to like certain gaming things.
And Vampire Survivors is mostly just the Joy-Con anyway, right?
Literally just the Joy-Con.
Yeah.
And then like maybe you have to choose, you click like
Yeah,
A.
a couple of buttons.
Yeah, so it's very, very hands-off and like
Yeah.
super simple.
Yeah.
So started playing it and he was like, oh, I don't like it. And I was like, no, just
Trust me, Dad. This is peak.
just give it a
It's
shot.
peak.
Give it a shot. Give it a shot. And he was like, I don't really understand. And I was like, okay, so the attacks are all on a timer. And you have to move around, and it's all time. I can see it just going, like,
Yeah.
it's just fucking going out.
Just pick up the garlic, Dad. Just pick up the garlic.
Yeah, so I was like, all right, no. All right, well, look, we'll get the fucking garlic, and it'll all make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so we finally get the garlic, and I'm like, now run into them. Run into them. He's like, no, I got to run away from them. I'm like, no, you have
You have
to
the
level
garlic.
up.
You're stinky boy now.
You have to level up, Dad. And I'm telling, he's like running away. And like, he'll survive for like 15 minutes, but he won't kill anything.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
So
yeah.
you just can't progress.
Yeah.
I was like, you got to think about it, Dad. It's like investment. You got to be making investment every day. You got to get XP per minute. You got to be leveling up constantly
Yeah,
for
yeah.
the next wave.
You got to figure out the risk assessment.
So yeah, he's getting into it, and after a couple
Yeah.
of attempts, especially after the garlic, I think the garlic is such a good way of easing people into that game.
Oh, for sure.
Oh,
'Cause
yeah.
it's kind of like a nice little easy
Barrier.
mode
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
kind of get you through the first 5-10 minutes to kind of get you like getting a bit more of the craziness upgrades. So he's finally getting into it. And I'm like, okay, I should start showing him how to play. So I start like trying to teach him about the upgrade system, which is so fucking confusing.
It is.
Because it doesn't fucking make sense. Because you're like, oh, to upgrade the axe, I need the limp wand or something. And you're like,
Yeah.
what the fuck is that all about? Why does that? Or I need a candelabra to upgrade the axe. He's like, what? Okay, to upgrade the Bible, you'll need a clover or something. You're like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
this doesn't make any fucking sense to any sane person.
Yeah.
And so I'm trying to explain this to him, but I can realize it's not working.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, you know what? Just focus on killing and leveling up and getting the gems. And he loved it. And so when we went to Germany, on the flight over, he was literally just on his Steam Deck the entire time. And I was like, damn.
Hell yeah.
He's in it.
He's a
in
gamer.
it. He's into the gaming.
Mission accomplished.
And then, the whole break went through and it was all good. And he also liked the console as well because when my nephews came around, they wanted to play like every single fucking game on it. And there's
Yeah.
I have two nephews, but none of them could agree on which game they wanted to play. So I'd be like, okay, let's play, let's play Garfield Kart. And they're like, one of them would be like, I love this, it's the best ever. The other one would be like, I hate it, new game, new game. And I'd be like, okay, let's play, let's play Cuphead. And they'd be like, oh, this looks so fun. And then they'd immediately die. And they'd be like, new game. Boys, you gotta get good. I'm trying to explain to them. I'm like, you don't want to change game. You're just bad. You need to get good. That's why you don't like the game.
Tough lessons, tough
Yeah.
life
Don't change
lessons
the game,
early.
change the attitude.
Yeah.
And so they, after like 3 times, they'd be like, no, I'm not changing the game. You need to play this game. You need to get good at this. I'm tired of you quitting.
Why are you putting this in like boot camp? Bro?
Boys, I just couldn't believe it. Back in my day, you'd give me one game and I'd beat it. What is this?
We didn't have a choice.
We didn't have multiple games. I was
Yeah.
like, no, I'm not changing the game. You need to fucking lock in.
There was Metal Slug on a holiday and there was no other booth. We
Yeah.
got what we got.
You're either playing Metal Slug or the shitty Garfield.
Yeah,
fucking
back
game.
in my day, you had like €2. You had to get good. Otherwise, you didn't get to game.
Yeah.
I was like, no, you need to lock in here. I'm not changing the game.
Yeah.
And so after 40 minutes of them whining, I was like, fine. I'll put on a game that I think you'll like.
Yeah.
And I was just scrolling and I was like, oh, maybe this one's good. It's called like Stick Fight the Game. It's literally just a
Have you ever played that?
yeah.
Oh.
I
For like a stream game or?
I don't know. I must have played it like years ago. Like
Oh
7
shit!
years ago.
I've always seen that on my like Steam recommendations, and I was
I
like,
think I have played it like really early
It's just like,
on.
it's like you both like fucking instantly drop down to a stage. You have to beat each other up or shoot each other with guns that drop. And then
Yeah.
it immediately loads a new stage right away.
Yeah.
And so they liked it
That
because
game's
it was
really fun, actually.
Yeah, it was pretty
Yeah.
fun.
is there just something universal about just stick fighting? Because
Yes.
do you remember?
Yeah, you
there's-
just kind of like shoot each other, and they loved it. And
Yeah,
then
this game's
I was
so
like,
good.
fine, and play this game.
I mean, this has always existed in like early internet,
Yeah.
right? Like, ever since the Zhao Zhao animations.
Oh my god! Do you remember the
the stick
period
fight
of the internet
animations.
where just like the sickest animations were just stick fight videos?
Yeah, it's like the animator versus animation period.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, this
Yo,
game.
that's the classic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This game is actually fire.
was
It's
really
a
good.
really fun
Okay.
game. We should play this.
It was really fun, and they liked that one a lot. I think
Yeah.
because there was just like a lot going on, and they could kind of control a funny moving character. But they
Yeah.
were very bad, and some of the stages are like stage hazards.
Yeah.
and they could just never understand what's happening.
Yeah. It's
Oh, this
just-
looks fun.
yeah, this
Yeah,
is
it's
like
pretty
pure
fun. Yeah.
chaos. It's really fun.
Yeah.
Good. Anyway, so my dad got really into Vampire Survivors, and then I
Yeah.
left. My mum called me and was like, "Yeah, it's kind of annoying. All he does is like play games lately." Apparently, that's like all he's doing. And then my dad comes over and he's like, "Hey, I got a couple of questions for you." I was like, "Okay." He's like, "I think I beat all of Vampire Survivors." I was like, "You did not beat all of Vampire Survivors. Dad. It's been like a week.
Yeah.
You haven't beat it." I was like, show me the screen. So he takes the laptop over and like angles the camera horribly. It's like facing the ground. Like, Dad, you gotta, Dad, tilt the camera up, tilt it up. So I'm seeing like a quarter of the TV.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, go to the map select and show me the maps. And it's weird at Vampire Survivors, I think, because it's like 1, 2, 3, and then they're all just called like names or bonus stages. I think
They're like extra levels, right?
I could be wrong.
Yeah.
But they're definitely like more levels.
Yeah.
So he had just beat it. He had just beat 1, 2, 3, and then been like, I beat it. I was like, no, you haven't beat it, Dad. You got to do all this other stuff too. But you just didn't know.
It's all like the achievements and stuff as well, right?
Yeah, and there's like, I have like the Castlevania DLC. So there's like
Yeah.
all that kind of stuff you can do. And like, there's just so many other things you can do. So I was like, okay, all right, yeah, you should go do those ones, Dad. And then I saw on the top right, he had 30,000 coins. And I was like, Dad, you got to spend your coins. Because I remember last time when I was there, I spent the coins. And it was like I spent his real life money. He was kind of like, what have you done? You spent real money? What was that? What did you do? I was like, no. It's like you can get permanent upgrades if you spend this money.
Yeah.
He's like,
Yeah.
was that real money? I was like, no. It's like in game.
Is that real money?
I was like, no, you gotta spend it. You gotta spend it.
Yeah.
It's like, sometimes it is.
Very often. That's a good question.
Yeah,
though.
that's a very good question.
Yeah.
That's being on the safe side here.
And so I was like, all right, show me a power up screen, because I was convinced he hadn't spent it. Because there's power ups. I've played a fair amount of Vampire Survivors. I have not unlocked all the power ups.
Yeah.
And he opens the power up screen, and it's all just completed. He bought everything, and I was like, what the fuck? How much have you played? Because I've got like 50 hours in that game, and I'm not close to that.
He's like 500 hours.
Yeah, like I mean, admittedly, I play casually. Maybe he was sweating. I don't know. So he's locked in, and then he was like, "Yeah, but oh man, like I've been trying to get good at this other game." And so I watch him expertly navigate through the menus of the Steam Deck. It was flawless. I was like, damn, what a game.
Oh.
There was no wasted menu input. It was like,
yeah.
open the Steam menu, close the game, go to library, open the next game, flawless. Normally there would have been like 4 detours lost. I was like, damn, okay. Opens up Cuphead. And so he's like, okay, let me show you. I'm having a bit of difficulty. Maybe you can tell me what I'm doing wrong. And so he loads up a Cuphead stage, which is mostly just boss rushes.
Yeah.
You just have to beat a boss. And so he loads up this boss. It's the fucking flower boss. You know,
Of
the
course.
one.
Yeah, the first one.
And so I'm like, okay. He's like, yeah, I just don't know what I'm supposed to do. And so he loads it up, and I'm watching him on Skype through a webcam aimed at the TV. And I'm watching.
It's like old Let's Plays.
It's like watching like a Dark Side Phil Let's Play.
Yeah.
So I'm watching him, and he's dodging the first ones. The first projectiles that come at him. Okay, he's dodging. Okay. And then like another 5 seconds go by. I'm like, okay. And he's dodging again. I'm like, Dad, when are you going to shoot him? He's like, what? I was like, you have to shoot him. He's like, what do you mean? I was like, hold X. And then so the bullets start coming out. He's like, oh. I was like, yeah, you need to kill him. You have to shoot him.
He's not going to go away.
And he's like, wait. And she's asking me, he's like, well, so I gotta dodge and shoot him at the same time. I'm like, yes. He's like, oh, that seems really hard. I'm like, it is. And then like, so there's points during this level where he dodges some stuff pretty well. And then he's in a position where he has to like shoot the gun upwards or diagonally. And I'm like, yeah, this is the annoying part. You now have to use the other joystick to aim the gun.
Wait, so did he do the first like run and gun level?
Yeah, so he must have done the first run and gun level without killing
Without
anything.
the gun.
Yeah, which is actually a thing. You actually, there's a pacifist run.
But it's way harder to do.
It's hard to do, yeah.
Unintentionally doing a pacifist run.
Yeah, it's pretty. I was like, damn, that's pretty impressive.
Damn.
That's pretty impressive. So he's trying to get into Cuphead, which is a pretty fucking hard game.
Big step up.
I think
big
because he
step up.
sees the aesthetic and he thinks, oh, it must be somewhat easy.
Yeah.
It's a pretty tough game.
Dude, if the next time we hear about your dad's gaming journey and he comes back and he's like, I now speedrun Cuphead.
Stay up to date. I'll let you know. I haven't heard from him in about a week, so I'm sure I'll hear an update about how he's either conquered Vampire Survivors or completed Cuphead.
Yeah.
That would be crazy.
Which, if he completes Cuphead, that's certified gamer. I think
that would be
that's-
insane.
A lot of people I know
He's
gave
gunning
up on
for
Cuphead.
he's gunning for your speedrun record.
We'll know that he's truly your dad.
Yeah.
I'll be like, damn, okay, pretty impressed. Also, like, but he like, so he's retired, but he kind of like does some odd jobs on the side. I'm guessing he's just not going to do any of those anymore. He's just going to like,
You've just ruined him.
I guess.
I mean, I guess he's in
just
proper
like,
retirement now.
I mean, like,
He's a full-time gamer.
Yeah.
I think there's no better time to get into gaming than when you're retired. Because
Of
you've
course.
got you can play fucking the best ofs for like the next 10 years.
Yeah.
right?
That's basically what a fucking Steam library is now.
Yeah.
It's just a
Yeah.
retirement list.
Yeah, I mean, like, I feel like if I could go back, shit. I mean, that's kind of what I'm doing now, though.
Yeah.
Because I kind of like only played COD when I was growing up, and now
Yeah.
I'm finally going to like the fucking best ofs.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
fun.